Good afternoon. We just had pouring downpour, like crazy rain. So I figured I'd come out and take a look around and make sure everything got wet, because sometimes things are hidden and underneath things. And it rains heavy, like you can see this. It poured, but there's nothing in there, and I had watered those before, so obviously some things just didn't get it, but that's looking really nice. That's called Baptista, and my aunt and uncle gave that to my parents for their anniversary after visiting their house, and my mother really liked it. I guess in the fall it gets these little pods, and when the wind blows it makes like a rattly sound. But around here, like my aunt and uncle live in Maine, and so I guess it's really cool. But down here, long before it ever turns into a pod that makes noise, the birds eat them. They eat all the seed pods and everything, and that's the end of that. So I think I've only had one or two pods that actually made it to where they would rattle, but hey, what are you gonna do? And my clematis is looking pretty good. Underneath of it, down here, there was a delphinium, but last year when I cleaned out the back, I cleaned out weeds and stuff before planting and all. The people that helped me kind of pulled everything up. I'm seriously pulled everything up. And my Dianthus, let me show you. The poor one pathetic right there. There's one. It's not even in the thing. There we go. There you go. You should go inside. There we go. Ay. It was beautiful. It was like maybe, I think about 5 years old, and it came like all up underneath, like now that all would be all blue underneath. It was beautiful, but that's what's gonna happen when you get help, I guess. So no more help for me. This here is a beauty berry. That's not ready yet, but this is that thing that's really looking good. This is my $1 rose. It was like a sad looking twig. I didn't know what color it was going to be. And it's like not really a red in person. It's almost like a magenta with like a red undertone to it. And added a few things. So this looks kind of, the flowers actually are starting to do something. So it's kind of cool, but that's a neat little look right there. And I don't know from the distance if you could see it, my Psychedelic. Now, I was questioning this, but apparently it's gotten to be like a thing around here because a lot of people have commented, and a couple of people actually said, like, how did you do it, and how many bags so that you can keep stuff apart? And I'm like, I don't know, I just kept dumping stuff because they were on special, and with everything locked down and me not working, so it wasn't intentional at first, but then it became, as you can tell, it did become intentional. Over here, it was just kind of like, oh well, they're kind of brown, but oh well. And I started cleaning out on the sidewalk. So there's Japanese lanterns. I cut back all the daffodils and stuff. These daylilies, that's another thing that happened last year about, probably 15 daylilies got pulled up. Farther down here, it was daylilies all the way down, and not anymore. So I'll fix that. And this side, I planted all my extra flowers go over there. I just have to remember to water because so mayhem. Yay. This week I've been really busy out here. I got rid of this pile. It was like pavers. They're in the other yard. I'll show you that. But one of my neighbors got rid of these, and I'm going to make a pen for baby goats so that they don't get stuck in it and get hurt and stuff. And I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of things, but pretty soon this is going to get cleaned out because of the farm stand is going to be opening up soon, so I have to get that so that I can get tables over there because it's the only really good shady spot. So anyway, this is what I want to really come out and show you, my potato experiment. If you'd seen any of the ones before, this is the potatoes that I didn't plant. I found bad potatoes when I was cleaning right when we went into the lockdown, and I had read about this where you just I put a little bit of compost down because this was a really neglected raised bed. So I just put a little bit of compost down, put the potatoes down, and put some hay down. I said, whatever happens, it's all the spent hay from the goats. So doing really good. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to come down, I think, and maybe in between make it a little bit thicker because like it's gotten down there a little bit. It's only maybe that big. Oh yeah, I sliced my thumb good yesterday. So, but as far as the way that's looking, yep, very, very good. I'll stick a little extra of that. Like, as you can see, I got spent hay all over the place, but it keeps the weeds down well. And parsley, there's one green pepper. My dad doesn't like them that much, but I did quite a few tomatoes because they'll go on the table. I do have over here, where are they? There's a yellow and a zucchini and a tomato I still haven't put in. This is a cantaloupe. I'm going to see how that goes. It's starting to rain again. Here we go. I'm going to get wet. You watch. So, and this is my trial. So far it's working really, really well because cilantro bolts so easy. See? And I put it under the milk crates to keep them in like more shade. And this one over here is just under a screen, and it's up there already. So this is working really well. Here's a couple of onion tops. I mean, I rooted the root side, and they're doing well. I have a couple of old onions on the side that I planted. Let's see. I had extra red cabbage here. Tomato. I gotta tie that up. And under here, I'm gonna see how this is gonna go because I put, when it gets hot, the cucumbers really go south. And under here, I'm under the peach tree, and that's what I'm looking. I'm taking a little break here. I have a whole bunch of peaches. I'm thinking that the chipmunks or something. There's a bunch of them on the ground, and I did trim, so it's like there's not a lot up there. Maybe I'll trim a few more branches, but I did a really heavy prune, so I'm thinking something's been up there jumping around. The rooster could too. That's a possibility. But nope, somebody's eating. These are cabbages, and see, somebody's been over here eating these guys too. Whoopsie. Yep. So I did, where I thought they came from, I did set a trap, but nothing. So I'm going to set another one, I think. So for some reason it seems like cabbage are a good way, that's my planting table. Cabbage are a good way to find out if you have stuff in your garden, because it's like the first thing they all go for. I'm kind of cold right now. Ooh. And mint, I've got, my mint looks really good. Yeah, of course. And that's where the chickens are going to be, back here. That's called an igloo. And my friend had chickens. And on the front of it, if you can see the run, I only have half the run up because they're going to, the chickens are going to be so little. And then I'll put on the second part, and it'll come out to about here. And they'll have their own little run. Then when they get full size, well, pretty much, is they'll have this back, and I'll bring the electric out like this. So they'll have this whole area on this side of the goats, and I'll be able to run like fishing line or something on the top so the hawks don't bother them. So anyway, the smart girls are inside, but Mayhem, there he is. Hello, Piggly. He's like, yep. I had cut down some, what do you call it? It's burning bush. He loves burning bush like there's no tomorrow. And my burning bush isn't really a bush, it's a tree, because that's how I trimmed it. That's my burning bush. So I just kept trimming down the bottom so that, and it's really, really pretty in the fall. Turns that bright red. So I just did one in the side yard too. So very cool. But I come out, tie him up here, and he eats everything at the bottom. And what I did was, there was a couple of branches I wanted to cut off, so I gave them to him. And there's the peach. See, it's not overgrown. In fact, the whole back is bare. So I'm thinking there's something up there that's jumping on that and knocking those peaches off, really ticking me off. And that's a pear. So, and that has stuff coming, but the problem with that is the other pear tree. See this sad looking pathetic stick there, right here? That's the other pear tree. And something, I planted those together, and something got to this one. Like in the winter, I think a deer or something came down and girdled it and killed it. So I have to get another one, so I'm not having good pollination. So I just put a cherry here, and that's a fruit cherry. And the other backside, I'll do that one another day, where I've got the flowering stuff. But I've got the cherry for any dark fruits. And then this one here is Asian pear. And I don't know if the Asian pear will be, it's really starting to rain now. I don't know if the Asian, oh shit, oh sorry. I don't know if the Asian pear will be a good pollinator for the other pear, but well, I guess we'll find out. But anyway, say hi to my friendly penguin, and I'm